All right. Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Sylvia Athey, and I'm an independent prover with Prove It. And this morning we have a super awesome call with myself and Abigail Klutz to finish out this day strong, you guys. Can you believe it's the 31st of the month already? We're going into the summertime, and this is the perfect time because people are realizing that they want to look good in their bikinis, right? Like, it's a reality. Summer is here. So we're going to start with Abigail just leading us in some amazing tips on how we can end this last day strong. So Abigail, I'm going to turn it over to you, and let's get some gold.
Awesome. Thanks, Sylvia. Guys, I'm super excited I swore I wasn't going to say super excited anymore. Okay. People were making fun about that. So I'm happy to be here today with you. And I'm excited about the last day of the month because I could go one of two ways on the last day of the month. Does anybody sometimes feel an anxiety on the last day of the month? Maybe you're chasing after things, the realization that you may not hit the level that you want could set in. It could be setting in for your teammates. And here's what I know to be true. Last month, the realization hit me that my next thing was probably not going to happen. But I decided to continue the activity that I knew it would take had it been a little bit more in reach. And because of that grind, because of that activity, to stay consistent and to, in my mind, put my blockers on and know, just tell myself it's a possibility. And like Sylvia and I were just talking, you play to the buzzer, you give it your all. If you can do that on the last day of the month, I promise you, it is the difference in where you begin tomorrow. And last month, Brian Underwood was coaching me on some month-end techniques, some way to challenge the team. And because we ran with that tenacity, it made all the difference in where I started this month. And my weeks have all climbed up, and they were all ahead of where last month's were because of the way we ended last month. So, if anything today, I just want to pick you up, bring you to a positive place, encourage you to fight till the buzzer, and then to break yourself out of any mental barriers and start tomorrow off strong. And just before we begin with some tangible action items, I wanted to share with you a couple quotes that resonate to me today. And it's a few quotes that I got from a John Maxwell leadership training last week. One is, talent is not enough. You have to have tenacity. And tenacity would be no matter what, finishing strong and pulling your teammates to the finish line today. The second one is, what talent leaves behind, tenacity will pick up. Because I know we have a lot of talented and skilled people on here, but if once again you're not committed to that tenacity and to that grind to finish and to lead your team, who cares what skill is, right? All the greatest athletes in the world, didn't they have obstacles? Didn't they have tenacity to outplay the ones with skill? And then the other one from some leadership training is, no one is sliding into excellence. I'm sure, Sylvia, you're looking for that mute, aren't you? I see your eyes glaring. So no one is sliding into excellence. I loved that quote, right? Because we can't just happen to slide in and get to where we want to be, right? Excellence isn't achieved through coasting. And then being able to identify others and draw out that greatness. And I love that on a day like today, because I think the mindset could be to have two different perspectives. One is to play full out and finish as strong as possible. And the other one is to sit out today because maybe you're not going to hit what the goal was. And so you just stop. And I want to encourage everyone here to sprint to home and to then set up your day tomorrow to be strong. And so Sylvia and I are just going to shoot it back and forth, and we're going to give you some action items that you can take today. The first one, on a day like today, I am going to start with checking my back office. So I'm going to do a screen share with you right now. Here's my back office, and you can go to manage and then go to community and then go to your insights button. And what I did is, who's excited to hit that next level, right? Whether it's Go Pro or Go MVP, just go through there and see who today you can come by who kind of wants it anyway. They're all ready. And then let's throw them a little challenge. Hey, I see that tomorrow your Go Pro ends. So what can we do today? Who can we get on the phone with? So maybe you're like, well, I don't even know who to work with today. So I just went up here and I hit team, because you can't work with 100 people at once, right? So let's find the people who may already be excited or on fire, or who really need that push today, because we know in this business, if you achieve Go Pro and Go MVP, it's like a 80% chance you're going to keep going. So who on my list needs this today? I've got one person right here you can see whose Go Pro expires today. That's somebody who has probably a little bit of itch to keep going today and to work with me on getting to that next level. So, and then you can change it up, obviously, and you can definitely look for the Go Pro, look for the Go MVP, look for that promoter rank. Who's on the edge of hitting that next level that you can reach to and say, oh my gosh, the other day someone told me they were, I think, like 20,000 short of the next level. It was like 5 days ago. And I said, okay, well, I'm 60,000 short of the next level and I'm going for it, So perspective is everything. So share that passion and that inspiration to, hey, let's get and go together today. Who can we do a Keto 101 for? Who can you connect me in a three-way messenger? How many eyes have been on the campfire video and the Facebook page? Who cares if they're interested? You've exposed them. Now connect me, just introduce me, and let's see if we can get a ball rolling here, right? So that's a big deal. And then Sylvia, so you identify that Go Pro, that Go MVP, that person on your team or in your community that's so close to hitting that next level. What would be your action item as a leader in reaching out to them and really getting there with them?
Well, Abigail, oh wow, my screen just totally freaked out. Hopefully you guys can't hear the alarm going off in the background. So one thing that I would absolutely encourage everyone to do is, when you're doing that, literally reach out to that person and say, you are so close, let's lock arms today. How can I help you get to Go Pro? Or how can I help you get to MVP? And then let's break it down for them. Who are they working on sealing the deal with? What are their, 5 potential customers and 5 potential promoters? And then I'm going to walk with them step by step. Okay, all right, let's send out this message to those customers. Let's send out this message to those promoters. And then once you work those people who are, on the verge, let's start sending out messages to people maybe that you haven't thought of yet and haven't reached out to yet. So literally just, breaking it down like step by step by step. And if you are somebody who's in a position who has more than, one person, a great way that you can help everybody is by doing a power hour with them. Get those people on a Zoom that are, you know, on the verge of getting that Go Pro and getting that Go MVP or even ranking up to the next rank, and work with them all for a solid 1 to 2 hours today. That's something that we did yesterday with some people on my team, and it actually turned into like a power 4 hour. We sat there for, you know, just 4 hours, just messaging people and just throwing things back and forth off of each other. So I feel like when you lock arms with somebody, it really helps to pull them up to where the potential of them going is.
Awesome. Love it. All right. Hack number 2, rechecking the pipeline. So, you know, we all have a pipeline. If you haven't started building an organized system for a pipeline, we promise that we're going to bring you that training really soon. Sylvia will make sure we get it in there next week. I know we have some amazing provers who have incredible organized systems of pipeline, and I could use that training as well, because I just have a bunch of I have chicken scratch in here, and I really started this process during the sale going on, but I wrote down every single name of a customer in my back office. And maybe you don't have a team yet. You know, maybe you just got started and you don't have 2 or 3 promoters that you can lock arms with. So another way to get up that volume is going to be just getting with your customers and letting them know about, maybe you'll put out a customer incentive deal today. You know, we don't have a big sale going on, but what would it look like if today, it's like, you have lemons. How do you make lemonade today? You got to work with what you have, right? So you're doing your prospecting, you're reaching for more, but going through that pipeline of customers to increase volume. Think about if you had 5 promoters all doing that. And maybe you guys come together and you say, okay, for any customer that moves on a smart ship today, I'm going to mail them out, you know, a 5-day experience. Or maybe you're going to offer them a monthly recipe tweak. You know, what could you do for your customers to incentivize them to go to a smart ship? And you could treat that as your value customer program. What is possible? What could you create that would move people from that green to that yellow? And that's something that I've personally been working with in my customer pipeline. But the other key today is following up with all those people on the edge. And sometimes it's true in this business, you need to be hit 3 to 5 times before you pull the trigger and say yes. So if you're not tracking all those potentials in your pipeline, then you could be losing them based on a simple one more follow-up. So Sylvia, what's some language that you think people could use today with following up with those pipelines, things like that?
Yeah, I think that just your language, number one, is really important. I feel like there's a lot of people who think, well, I reached out to this person and they never even responded to me, or I reached out to this person and they didn't even open the message, or I reached out to this person but like you're saying, Abigail, it takes people time. Not everybody is like they don't jump immediately, which is why we have commercials on TV, right? That play over and over and over and over, because marketing people know that it takes consistency of you seeing something before it actually triggers in you to, oh, I need to go get that. So if you're not being consistent in that, then you are really losing out on people. So just changing, first of all, your own mentality about it too. Okay, oh my gosh, I have something super amazing that I can offer somebody. So when you go to message them, you're not messaging them like, oh, did you want to order today? Or, like you're not coming from a place that you're bugging them. You're coming from a place within yourself of like, I am so excited to get you started on this amazing product. So like here would be an example. Hey, Sue, we talked earlier this month a couple times about you trying our ketones. I'm so excited for you to try Maui Punch. What can I do to help you get started today? So you're leaving it an open-ended question, first of all, that they have to respond to. You're coming at it from a place of excitement. So you're not just like, hey, did you want to order today? Or, hey, did you want to, get this process? But be excited about it and make sure to share in your verbiage, just like reaffirming that product that you want to get them on. Maybe reaffirming, like, I know you're so excited to get into your bikini, or I know you're so excited to have better sleep, or I know you're so excited to, have more energy. Always come from that place. Another thing that I'll say to people is I'll say something like, oh my gosh, I was just talking with a friend who's having the same, things that you're having. So like, for example, it could say like, I was just talking to a friend who just had a baby also, and she's been using our product and she's been seeing amazing results. I'm so excited for you to experience better energy on our Maui Punch. Right? It's all in the tweak of the words, because when you reaffirm to people how they're going to feel on our product, that's what gets them really excited.
Awesome. Love it. Hack number 3 is working backwards. So something that I'm going to be real honest, I didn't really know how to do this in my business up until the last 2 months. And it's been something I'm really thankful that I've learned how to do, because it kind of puts puzzle pieces together that I wasn't seeing before. And it's kind of like, where there's no vision, the people perish. And it's been huge for helping me get a game plan together and really realize, like, what is it that I need to hit that next level? And, so I ended up doing this. I never like to wait till the last day, because that's very stressful, but I'm checking it today. And what you want to do is you want to see how much volume that you need for yourself personally to hit that next level. Okay. And this is how you can really, don't become disillusioned if it's that great, because remember, if you know what you need to get there and you chase it with tenacity, that's starting the month strong 3 times harder tomorrow if you'll approach it with a great attitude. So, as of yesterday, my group volume is awesome. I'm there. Team volume, not so much. But my team volume has been higher at every week this week because of where I started the month and the challenges that I gave my TV. And what I knew last month was that I needed 132 experience packs to go through with 2 days left. Okay. What I know today is I need 63 experience packs to go through today. So that to me has to be counted as a win. And what I can do with that is next month, I look and see where we're at and how I can get higher each week than I was this week. And so on that homepage, I had never been using it, but that's a huge assessment and growth, because sometimes there are some huge spaces between the levels and they seem daunting. But if you'll just focus on this week, coming into this next month, and being a little bit higher each week than you were, then that's eating it in pieces, right? And it's a lot more attainable, and over the months you'll get there. And so knowing how much volume you need to hit the next rank, and then being able to break it down, and then giving challenges to your teammates to help get there. So I knew exactly how many packs I needed last month, and I started it out strong, and I knew I needed about 18 people to get 7 experience packs, and I just gave them volume numbers. We put out a challenge. Anybody who gets 3,500 in NV in the next 2 weeks gets da 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 da. And I knew by calculations that volume would take me to the next level. We tripled my volume, didn't meet the mark, but some people got incentives and they started the month so much stronger because of that challenges. And that's how each week I've been higher than I was last month because of the last month's challenges we put out, if that makes sense. So today, I want to encourage you to see what you need to hit the next level. So take the volume you need, take the volume you have, whether that's in TV or group, and subtract that. And then break that down. You've got a 30 pack, that's 100 BV. You've got your max pack, that's 80. You've got your experience packs. Break down that volume and then divide it by how many people are actively running with you and pursuing measurable results. Go to those people and give them a challenge. I had a new promoter who has a team just starting, and her challenge looked different than mine. Hers was anybody who signs on 2 new promoters in the next 2 days will get a free box of mats and an order of Hack magazines. Because somebody just coming into the business, that's awesome. You're providing them tools to grow their business. For me and the people I'm working with right now, the financial challenge I put out there was good for them because their temperature was a little bit changed. So look at the person that you're going to give that challenge to and meet them at the temperature of something that would excite them. You don't want to make it too unattainable. You don't want to give them too much too soon. But you do want to stretch everyone and give them something that will bless them, benefit them, make them excited to achieve it. And then when they hit that next rank, your caveat will be even bigger for them. So assess where you're at the end of the month, figure out your calculations, and drive it like you can hit it by giving them challenges. Sylvia, I know you are probably almost there. What are you doing today and the challenges and the motivations and caveats you're giving your runners?
So we have several different things happening within our organization, like basically kind of breaking it down for my larger groups, helping those people go MVP is a big one, right? So anybody who is trying to go MVP by the end of the month, if they make it, they're getting an extra $100 towards their Keto Academy ticket. They're also getting some, extra product. And then within other little clusters, so like last night, I just said, same thing, Abigail, okay, this is how much product is needed for ranks to be made. So breaking that down super easily. So right now we have until 5 o'clock today on my team, a giveaway for a Apple Watch, right? So anybody who enrolls a person with, a box of orange or chocolate gets 1 entry. Anybody who enrolls an experience pack gets 4 entries. Anybody who purchases that product themselves gets an entry, right? So that has got people really excited. They're they want that Apple Watch. So I think just realizing that you can give people incentives without having it to be something huge. It can be something little, just especially for people who are just getting started. You don't have to have, an Apple Watch. You don't have to have a Keto Academy ticket. You don't have to have all of these things. It can be something as simple as, oh my gosh, let me lock arms with you. If you get to MVP, I'm going to buy you a shirt out of the store, or I'm going to buy you a shaker bottle, or, those are $18 each. So you can, invest a little bit back into your business and maybe buy 2 people a shaker bottle, or using your Prove It bucks as incentives. Also, that's one thing that I really love about our system is having those Prove It bucks, because you can use those to gift people free product. You can use it to gift your customers free product and give them incentives. Hey, go back through all of your customers as well and just say I have a special going that anybody who orders a box of Swiss cacao today, is going to get XYZ. So I really do think that the incentives helps gives people that extra little thing to be excited about for reaching their own goals as well. And just being able to partner with everybody and realizing, you guys, that even though it's the last day, I'm telling you, huge things can happen. Huge things. Like I've seen it every single month within my own organization of people pushing for something and it's seeming like it's so far off, but really your attitude determines your altitude. So if you want to go up, you just have to decide like that going up is where you're going to be and that you're going to end the day, you know, on top, not on bottom. And that's all based on your attitude. So don't get discouraged and think, oh, I didn't make that goal. Just start to push even harder for next month. There was several months where I came this close to reaching a goal. Like it was so irritating because it was like 5,000 volume away. And I just was like, all right, I'm going to go into next month and I'm not going to be 5,000 volume away from my next promotion. I'm going to just keep snowballing this momentum that I've created. So I just would encourage everyone to do that. No matter how far off your goal looks today, decide that you're going to play all the way until that buzzer says the month is end.
Love it. I can't hone in on this one enough because for a year and a half, I didn't know how to work backwards in my business. I didn't know how to break down the volume into what I need. And, you know, don't the numbers sometimes look daunting? And if you had a leader that could say to you, you know, because I learned how to do this, like pretty much 2 months ago, I had a awesome promoter come to me and she was like, I'm just not going to hit it. It's X amount of volume away. And I said, how many active promoters do you have hustling right now? And she was like, 8. And I go, do you realize that's 13 experience packs? I go, you don't think in the next 3 days we could throw out a promo and really, I said, if you know how to work backwards and you can help people do that in their business, then all of a sudden you've just made it fun for them and you've empowered them as a leader to understand what they need and how to throw out challenges to people that helps everybody grow towards the next level. So I want to just really challenge you to dig in there and figure out how to do it and how to break volume down into, I mean, wouldn't it help you if you were like, well, instead of this much volume, all I need to do is get this many customers to re-put in an order today for a box of Max and Keto Cream. Isn't that simple? So as a leader, I think it's very important that we can translate volume into products, right? And then that's how we can really break it down and think about a brand new prover that just came in your business trying to hit Go MVP. If that was you, would you want to be told you need X amount of volume? Or would you want to be told you need 4 max packs with keto cream and 1 experience pack? Like, we want to be taught in that language. So as leaders, let's figure out how to break it down and provide that with other people. So I'm sorry to re-hit on that. I just think it's made a huge shift in my own business. So I want to really challenge you to start working with numbers and translate it in a language where new provers can understand. Then the final thing, guys, is start focusing right now on charging hard into tomorrow. Because I think a lot of times what we do is we're like, oh, the month is over. Okay, so I want to encourage you, think about your game plan tomorrow. Right now, one little hack that I'm doing is I like right now my focus, I have to get TV to hit that next level. I just have to. I have to put a lot of energy there right now. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at my leadership board volume the last 2 months. I'm calculating up. So if Sarah Lovely's on my leadership board, what I'm doing is I'm taking her volume from last month and her volume from the month before. I add it together, and I do that for everybody who hit my top 20 on my leaderboard. And then I'm dividing it. And what I'm doing is I'm taking the top 10 who had the highest averages of volume from the last 2 months, and I'm throwing them in a group, and it's called my charge group. And in that group, one of the things that I've been doing is I've been throwing out bonus programs to them after they hit 2,000 new volume next month, because they're my chargers. They're the ones that are really actively out there. And so I want to pour fuel on those fires. So that's just a little technique. I'm watching who's playing ball, and those are the people I'm going to work with in smaller huddles starting tomorrow. It's achievers. So who do you need to be more in the game with? And one of the things that we were talking about is these huddles are awesome, but your business will grow through the coaching of tribes. You've got to keep it with 8s and 16s, and you've got to pour into people in small groups. And so find out who those people are, stay in the trenches, challenge each other, hold each other accountable. What mixers do you have set for this week, June 1st? This morning, right before I got on this, I huddled with 6 local people, and we have a mixer set for Thursday night and a Friday mastermind huddle to start the week strong. So go ahead, to finish out the month strong and get ready to start hard come tomorrow, and to peel yourself up off the ground if you aren't where you want to be, and turn it into that fire of where you will be and where you see yourself being again in a month. So with that, Sylvia, I know you've got mixers tonight and tomorrow. What's your perspective on ending and beginning? Because we can also times get laxed in the first week, and that's where we need to pick up with all these new promoters that just came in and start breaking those MVPs.
Yes, absolutely, Abigail. First of all, thank you for all of your pointers, because I learned some stuff today, especially just about like the back office things with, finding those MVPs. So that is just super awesome. So thank you for your amazing tips. And we have a mixer tonight up in Seattle. We have mixers that we're forming right now for the month of June. And so I just think that it's very easy for us to start the following month kind of like, oh, well, I got time, and often that's where we make the biggest mistake. Because if you decide and you commit to yourself today where you want to be next month, anything is possible. It doesn't matter if you just got started. If you decide that you want to be, rank 4 or rank 6 at the end of next month, it is possible for you to do that, especially when you commit to yourself. So, it really comes down to like, how bad do you want this? How bad do you want your life to change? How bad do you want things to change for your family or your circumstances? And lock arms with your leader and say, I want this, and I want to play full out in the month of June. I want to make sure that my goals become a reality. I guarantee you that you're not going to get somebody that says, okay, yeah, have fun with that. Like, we're all looking for those people who want to really make a difference in their life. So commit to yourself where you want to be. It doesn't have to be something huge. You decide where you want to go. You decide how much money you want to make a month. You decide what that looks like for you, and commit to that. Don't half facet. Don't put one foot in and one foot out. Commit to yourself. Oftentimes we're afraid to commit because we're afraid that we're going to fail. But guess what? There's nothing wrong with failing as long as you're failing forward, you guys. As long as you're failing forward and you're learning from your mistakes and you're learning from what you could have done better, that's not a failure. That's actually a success, because it helps you to grow into who you're supposed to be. So not trying, and just giving up, that is failure mentality, because you're too afraid, like, oh, I don't want to go there because I might fail. Well, who cares if you fail? We're all here to help support you. So there is no failures as long as you're trying. So really just commit to where you want to be next month, and start tomorrow. Don't start 2 weeks in, start tomorrow. Start tomorrow by laying the foundation that you have a rock solid month at the end of the month. Like, you're just going to be building that momentum all month long, and then boom, it's going to explode. So that's my tip for everybody. And I hope you guys all have a kickin' day. Remember, we have a product that nobody's heard about, you guys. So there's no such thing as like, oh, everybody already knows about it. Go find, 10 new people who are desperate for their life to change.
And guys, big announcement real quick. Talk about putting your blinders on, all right? I am honored to be on this call with you this morning, Sylvia. I have been sick to death of hearing your name, not gonna lie. But I so appreciate you because I love competition and I love people striving for excellence, and your work ethic and your just coming in here. And I know you have faced a lot of resistance because you are high achieving, and it threatens average at times. And we appreciate your work ethic. We appreciate your leadership, and we appreciate your heart. And I just want to make this public announcement that Sylvia has just hit a rank 10. And I think everybody should unmute their phones and give a huge holler.
Oh my God.
Congratulations. Sylvia. That's awesome.
So with that being said, I got to get off this Zoom because I got to get going next month. I got somebody I'm trying to chase right here. So y'all have an amazing day. Sylvia,
Congratulations, and thank you both. Great call.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. I don't get on often, and this was awesome.